Alright everyone, start off with have a look at Sundog. Sundog, the grade 4s have really enjoyed using over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I guess. And I had a chat with them before today to get some feedback from them on some of the things that they've really enjoyed and some of the things that maybe were negatives with Sundog. To give you just a brief outline of it for those who haven't used it, you log on as a teacher, you set up your class and you print out their usernames and passwords just like you would with Study Ladder. The main aspects of Sundog are number, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then decimals, fractions and percentages. So from that point of view, it's not as broad as the maths on Study Ladder, but it's quite specific in what it looks at in those particular areas of number, and the students have really enjoyed using it. It's a collection of games the students can play. They can play those games either as an individual or as a single player, or they can play them competing against students from either their class, the school, or the world, where they compete against students of varying abilities, and students have really enjoyed it. They earn points from completing activities, and they can then use those points to purchase items of clothing for their avatar, or to purchase notes that they can then put and make a song or put a tune together with those notes that they've purchased, or they can use their points to purchase games. What I mean by that is use their points to play games that they wouldn't be able to otherwise have access to. So the positives from this is pretty much straight from the grade 4's mouths. They've really enjoyed being able to use either single or multiplayer. They love that they can use it at home, at school, away on holidays. All they need is their username and password and an internet connection. They find it fun, and it teaches you stuff. So I figured, okay, that's great. And they enjoyed the challenge of competing against people who are maybe better than them or a bit harder. It has a time limit on a lot of the activities that they do, and being an all-boys class, they're quite competitive, and they really enjoyed the challenge of beating everyone from fellow brown rats through to hairy chimpanzees. I think you start off as a brown rat, and then as you gain points and skills, you move up through the rankings. So that the grade 4s have enjoyed that. From our point of view, you can get reports. You can see how the students are doing. You can view more detailed student reports, but you need to subscribe to have access to that feature. So I haven't been able to see exactly what those reports would look like for our students, but when you log on as a teacher, you can click on, I think you can click on any class in the school actually, and see how any of the students are going as part of our sort of home or work network, and so you can follow your students or how the other grade 4 students or the other students in your cohort are travelling along. Some of the students said they found it a little bit easy, and then other students said, well, you haven't clicked on the right button of sort of easy, normal or hard as you go through. And some of them found that it took too long to earn points. So they thought that you had to work too hard to get the points to then purchase a note or have access to a new game or to buy sunglasses or a new top for their avatar. But overall, the students have really, really enjoyed it. They think it's great and they love it. So from my point of view, that's then a big tick that they love doing it. I like it because it's a fun way of learning your tables or your reverses, your swap arounds. It's really good at reinforcing the mental strategies of their addition and subtraction. Come to grade 4s, although their Go Maths program is pretty much, or a lot, mental strategies. A lot of them still really prefer to do their paper in hand. And have been a little bit reluctant this year to pick up new mental strategies, but when you've got the timer going and you're competing against someone, they've been forced to find quicker ways of doing it. So from that point of view, it's been great and we've really enjoyed it.